Hey folks, welcome back to the stage. Chris Waters here with our continuing coverage of E3 2011. We've got another live demo for you here, and joining me is Ben Hawmiller from EA Tiburon. He's a producer for NCAA Football 12. Ben, welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
Really glad to have you guys here. E3, how's it going for you so far?
I mean, E3 is a blast. I love coming here every year. You never know who you're going to meet. I got a chance to play Snoop yesterday.
Really?
So that was a blast. I mean, what are the chances I'll ever get a chance to see Snoop again?
What school did Snoop choose?
So he was Oregon, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Because I figured, Southern Cal guy, he wanted to be SC, so that's actually who I took for the game. So you got a chance to see Tommy Trojan in the game. You loved that, but he rolled with Oregon.
How did that work out for him?
Not too well. You have an opportunity there to take advantage of the situation. So I put 21-0 on him in the first quarter and then gave the control to a friend of his that I'm out. I'll just talk about the game and let you play it.
And then you went on Twitter and you were like, just put up 21 on Snoop. Sorry.
Dropped it like it's hot. There you go.
Cool. So NCAA football, over a decade in the running, one of the more venerable sports franchises out there. Of course, the obvious question is, what's new this year? What are you guys like? Drawing folks in who have loved the franchise, who stuck with it. What new treats have you got for them?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. With the title that comes out every year, you got to keep it fresh. Got to keep it new. New things every year. And with college football, you can't go far without talking about tradition. And so with that, it's all about the pregame runouts and the iconic moments of college football. So if you're a Georgia Tech fan, seeing the Ramblin' Wreck come out, or if you're Oklahoma, seeing Boomer Sooner. Florida State, my team, Chief Osceola and Renegade running out, playing the spirit midfield, getting ready for the game. All those traditions are really what's in there. I mean, if you're an Oregon fan, we got a duck running out on a motorcycle, getting ready for the game. So all those great moments you see in college football, you see in the game.
I think more games really need ducks on motorcycles.
Exactly. Or buffaloes or dogs. You got Uga going trying to bite a player as he's going off the field. Great stuff there. It's a lot of fun to see.
Sets a nice tone.
Exactly.
And yeah, it gets you sort of hyped up for that. They get that school identity, and that sense of pride. Now, for someone like me, I went to a college not really big on the football scene,
Right.
So this level of football is something I've only seen on TV. What do you recommend for folks who are searching for a team to love?
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of college football is there's so much variety, so many different things you can do on offense or defense, so many different formations and plays. Do you want to run the option? Do you want to run the air raid? What do you want to do? And so actually, one of the new features this year with custom playbooks, you can create from scratch exactly what you want. So do you want to be a team that runs a little flex bone and also runs some air raid, that sort of thing, kind of mix it up a little bit? Do you want to be a pure spread team or just run out of the I form? Whatever you want to do, you can set up your formations, your plays, how they're laid out in the play call screen, so you're not hunting for the play. You can find it because you set it up that way.
So there's just, super extensive ways to customize, your gameplay style, to play with different teams, to work towards, different kind of gameplay.
Exactly, yeah, it's all about the customization.
But what if I'm not, a dude who wants to really get my elbows deep into it, if I want to maybe just have a little more streamlined approach?
Yeah, you've got a couple of different options there. There's a one-button mode where you can just have all the action just on one button. It will decide if you want to spin or juke or dive, whatever's right for that situation. But also there's a new coach mode this year. And so with that, you're just the coach on the field. You're just calling the plays, making substitutions, but letting the CPU kind of handle the actual playing of the game. So if you've taken a couple of years off from the game and you're a little bit rusty, it's a great way to still be the coach and mix it up, but not actually have to control the guys in the field.
All right. Sounds like you guys really opening the gates wide open for folks to jump in.
I mean, that's what it's all about, is giving you a lot of different varieties to play the game how you wanted to play it.
Neat. Now, we are live here, folks, so we are taking your questions. Just use that handy Ask Us a Question button on the side of the page you see there. We got one coming in from Mark in Yorktown, Indiana.
Okay.
He's wondering about custom music, being able to customize that element of the experience.
Right, so kind of talking about that customization there, you've got custom stadium sounds. So you can set up key events, what songs you want to play in those situations. So on a big third down, what do you want to have play? On start of the fourth quarter, do you want to have a certain song to play, like, Wisconsin, for example, they play Jump Around to start the fourth quarter. You can set that up so that happens. So we have over 200 different custom stadium sounds you can set for probably about 15 or 20 different situations. One of the new ones this year is the pregame entrance. So if you want to run out of the tunnel to a specific song, if you're a Virginia Tech fan, you want to run out to Enter Sandman, you can set that up in the game so that when you're running through, that song plays, and you can run out to whatever music you want.
Now, another question coming in from overseas. And this, I was talking earlier about how my school didn't have a big football team.
Right.
Well, Jonathan from Birmingham in England, he doesn't have a big connection with NCAA, but
Right.
you know, for folks who are interested in the game, who you know have even less familiarity with the action, you know, how does NCAA football accommodate that?
I mean, Birmingham, we got University of Alabama, Birmingham. That's, you know, you got that Birmingham tie in there.
Yeah, you find the
UAB
connection.
Blazers for everybody. There's a connection no matter where you're at. So, you know, with that
Especially if you're
variety-
coming from England, you know, a lot of names taken
of
from
course,
the
yeah.
colonial era.
There you go. Right?
Cool. So, and that one-button gameplay again, you
Right.
know, for someone maybe not as familiar with the game of football, you can still get in there, create some highlight reel looking stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the passing game and you got 5 receivers out there and you're not sure who to throw it to, it highlights which is the best receiver at that time, who's open. It will change as you know the coverage changes and which receiver becomes open. So you can just use that one button to figure out exactly who you should be throwing to.
Greg from Illinois, a state that has no lack of colleges to choose from, I imagine, is actually wondering, you guys bringing back the Create a School feature.
So with that, we actually have a site, teambuilder.easports.com, where you can go on and create teams from scratch, everything from their uniform to what the roster, everything about them. Set it up that way and download that into the game so you can utilize those tools. And there are over, I believe, almost 1 million schools already created. We've had the feature for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So if you go on and search, if you want to find a historic team or your high school team or anything like that, go on and search for them. They're probably already created. If not, create them yourself. You can download in your own customized logo and use that to set up on your field art so you can have a midfield with your own high school logo on there, end zones, stadiums, all that sort of stuff, what you want it to look like, and put those into the game.
And there you go, Birmingham, England. Make
Right
yourself
there.
a Birmingham, England team.
Yeah, you know, Peter Moore, our president, the first time we were showing it off to him, you know, we started grabbing in some teams from the English Premier League and making this whole English Premier League for him to see. So give him a little bit of a soccer love into the college football game. So he really loved that.
Excellent, yeah. So, and are those, can people find, you know, Manchester United on Team Builder?
You can find a Man U team, you can find a Liverpool team, you can find all of those and download those in and have them in your game, yeah.
Now that web integration you guys are doing with the teambuilder.ea.com, what are some other features, you know, you go there to create your team, manage your team, what's some other stuff they can do there outside of, you know, playing the game on the console?
Right, so you've got, you know, teambuilder.easports.com to create the team, but there's also dynasty.easports.com where you can be a part of your online dynasty on the web. And so from there, we had the site last year where you can go on and view standings and stats and all of that and do your actual recruiting each week from the web. But now we've added the ability to super sim games versus CPU on the web. So you don't really even need to go to your console anymore to really participate in your dynasty. And you can also advance the week from the web. So in reality, you set up your dynasty from home, go to work. Not that I'm advocating doing this while you're at work.
And doing it on your break.
Never,
you know?
exactly. at regulated break times, of course. Go ahead and play your game versus CPU, do your recruiting, advance the week, and keep going right there.
Now, you know, you do that stuff on the web, and people can access the web from any number of devices these days. You guys working on an app by any chance?
Yeah, the goal is to be able to access the game anytime, anywhere. And so we don't have a native app yet, but we do have the ability to be accessible from any smartphone.
From a mobile device.
So wherever you're at, you'll be able to get to it, yeah.
Right on. I mean, you know, that's where a lot of my friends are into fantasy football in a big way, and it seems like you guys have a whole fantasy football system, but then you can then pick up and play that football game when you get home.
Exactly, yeah. You just set it up how you want it and just play it out, exactly.
That's very cool. Fantasy football is super popular. I imagine you yourself are in a few leagues.
Oh, I mean, you know, I dabble from time to time, of course. I mean, it's not quite as big in college as it is in the NFL, but that's a lot of fun too. Because if you're in these keeper leagues, you know, you have an advantage over these guys that just follow the NFL. Because you've seen these guys through all 4 years of college, you know who the best ones to pick are. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's very competitive. We probably have one of the most competitive fantasy football leagues that work. You know, all these guys are hyper focused on football, just college and professional. So it's pretty intense.
I bet. I mean, fantasy football is in a way your job. You know, playing a video game football.
Yeah, exactly. you know, we're watching the Apple Cup here. You know, we have to wait for November for this game to happen in real life, but you can set up and play it right now and just see who you think would win.
Cool. Now we got one last question coming in from Mike in Georgia, asking about. Mike, clearly a guy who has played NCAA football before.
Okay.
Asking about the sprint button.
Yes. Well, yeah, you still have that sprint. It's the right trigger to able to get to that full sprint for a player. But we also have auto sprinting happening where you don't have to do it. It's kind of overriding the system. The CPU will sprint for you correctly. So if you're behind the line with a running back on a running play, it'll decide, do I need to sprint now or not? So you can kind of make better cuts. But you can override that anytime and just hold that trigger to get that speed burst and get to the line.
And there you have it, Mike. Ben, thank you so much for bringing NCAA Football 12 by. Anything you want to mention before we wrap it up here?
Of course, anytime. Game is on store shelves July 12th. I know we set up this Apple Cup for Sean. He's very happy, washing up 14-0.
Yeah, he will definitely be
Good stuff.
thrilled that his Huskies are doing pretty well.
But yeah, a lot of great upgrades. The visual look of the game, gameplay, a lot of enhancements there. Dynasty Mode got a bunch of stuff too. It's a great year for NCAA.
Right on, man. So July on Xbox 360
And PlayStation 3,
and
yes.
PlayStation 3. Ben, thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you.
Have a good E3. Wrapping it up here on day 3.
Oh, of course. Day 3 is the best day, right? Because you're almost done.
Are you getting a chance to maybe see something that's not NCAA today?
You know, I'm going to have a moment here at the end to kind of walk around and see what's going down. I saw some stuff already, but really looking forward to getting a full chance to take everything in.
All right, good luck to you. Folks,
you.
we are sending you back out on the show floor now, as we are wont to do. And this one's for folks who maybe enjoy all of the arm motions involved in actually cooking food, but don't actually like cooking food or cleaning up the mess. Let's take a look.
Folks, Homer